Anne's parents, who also lived in Honolulu, tried to be open-minded about their daughter's choice.
Their acceptance was a function of their love and their trust of their daughter's decision-making process.
After a discreet wedding ceremony, the couple settled in Honolulu. In 1961, Barack Obama was born. 2 years later, the elder Obama won a scholarship to Harvard to pursue his PhD. He didn't have enough money to relocate his family, so he headed for Boston alone. The distance put a strain on their relationship, and the couple grew apart. They divorced before the elder Obama completed his degree. After graduation, he returned to Kenya, where he hoped to use his education to better his country. In time, Barack's mother Anne fell in love again, this time with an Indonesian student named Lolo Sutoro. The couple married, and in 1967, when Barack was 6 years old, the family moved to Indonesia. For a little boy, the new environment was idyllic. Monkeys and crocodiles lived in their backyard, and his classmates told tales of spirits and monsters. Every day was an adventure. As he grew older, however, he became familiar with the harshness of Indonesian life. Beggars often came to their house, and children routinely died from illness.
The poverty confronts you on a daily basis. You have to grapple with it. You have to figure out how you feel about it. You have to think about it in terms of your own life and your own relative good fortune.
Barack was still discovering the extremes of his new country when something in an American magazine caught his eye.
I remember coming across this magazine that talked about blacks who had used skin bleaching agents to make themselves lighter, and I think that was when I first realized not only that I was African American, but also that there were all sorts of implications to race, and there were power relationships in race. And I couldn't articulate all that at the time, but I remember feeling shocked by that.
Barack didn't show the article to his parents, but he couldn't forget the story about a man who wanted to change the color of his skin. Barack was 9 when his half-sister Maya was born, but by then his mother's second marriage had begun to falter. She had become increasingly homesick and wanted her children to grow up in the United States. In the summer of 1971, she sent Barack back to Hawaii to live with his grandparents. She promised to join him as soon as she could. The separation from his mother marked a turning point for the young boy.
He sometimes describes himself as an orphan. It would have to have a tremendous impact on who you are and how you look at the world.
When he returned to Hawaii, Barack would re-examine the color of his skin and try to understand what it meant to be black in the United States. In 1971, 10-year-old Barack Obama was uprooted from his mother in Indonesia and sent to Hawaii to live with his grandparents. Being away from his mother and sharing his grandparents' cramped 2-bedroom apartment was a dramatic change.
He missed her greatly at times. I think she was the most important person in his life as he was growing up.
That year, Obama enrolled in the Punahou Academy, a prestigious prep school in Honolulu. Obama was one of the few black students at the academy.
He was looked at as this black kid from Indonesia as far as they knew, and it's a tough situation for a 10-year-old or 11-year-old.
I think that he also felt the first stirrings of loneliness, that sense that there was nobody here who completely understood him.
In 1972, his mother separated from her second husband, and she and Obama's half-sister Maya moved back to Hawaii. She went on to pursue a master's degree in anthropology at the University of Hawaii and shared many of her lessons with Maya and Barack.
She was someone who really cared about the underprivileged, and that carried right into Barack's view of the world.
She had dolls for us, African-American Elizabeth and Sacagawea and Mei Ling, the Chinese girl, and the Cheongsam, and all of the colors of the rainbow. And in fact, that's what our family looks like, isn't it, as a consequence of her choices.